Hey, what's up? I have a quick tip that I figured out for the MS20 I wanted to share with you. One of my only complaints about this synth is that it doesn't have an ability to tempo sync the modulation generator, or the LFO. And I haven't been able to figure out a way to do this without spending money on something like the SQ1, the SQ64, some sort of Eurorack module, or another semi-modular synth that can send out tempo sync modulation. Here is the fix that I figured out for this, or the tip that I figured out for it. My main MIDI controller is the Arturia Keystep 37, and it has mod CV out. What I'm doing is I'm taking Ableton's LFO and I'm sending it to the Keystep, and then I'm taking the mod CV out and putting it into the total input on the MS20, which gives me control over both of the filters and the frequency. Let me show you how that works. Okay, you don't need Ableton to be able to do this. I just use Ableton, but I believe that you can do this with other DAWs. It looks like Logic has modulator LFO. It also looks like Fruity Loops has LFO tool, and I'm assuming that it will do the same thing and allow you to route the LFO to certain places. There's a couple of Max for Live devices that you can do this with in Ableton. Here's one called MIDI CC, another one's called CC Map 8, and the one that I'm using is Ben Soma's CC knobs. I think that they all probably do pretty much the same thing. However, I've been using Ben Soma's CC knobs for years and it just works. It's so simple, nothing fancy about it. It just works. Okay, let's take a look and see what I've got going on in Ableton. I have a MIDI track here. It is set up with an external MIDI instrument and it's sending MIDI to my Keystep. I have Ben Soma's CC knob set up and I have set the CC value to 1, which is the mod wheel on the Keystep. I believe that number 1 CC is always going to be mod wheel, I think. And then I have Ableton's LFO set up and I have it mapped to this knob, which is going to the mod wheel. I've got my Keystep here and I'm running out of the mod CV. I'm going to take this and plug it into the total input on the MS20. Okay, let's take a listen. Which is great. If I unplug this, now the modulation generator is routed here. But it will bypass it whenever I plug the Keystep into it. Same for the filters. I'll turn the filter down so that we can hear this. Here's something else that's really cool about Ableton's LFO, and I'm sure that the other LFO tools will do this as well, but I have an option to have it sync to Hertz. As far as I know, that's much faster than what the modulation generator on here does. Let's take a listen real quick and just see. I'm gonna crank this thing. That's pretty fast. Let's run this back again and see. That's way faster. And I haven't even gone all the way up. Let's take it all the way up. Super fast. That's crazy fast. Let's turn this back down here and we'll tempo sync it again. Let's listen to the filter here. All right. And then we have different shapes here. So we're going down. Of course, we can go up. We've got just a regular sine wave. We have a triangle and a square wave. Okay, I just wanted to share that quick tip. I was searching all over the internet and I couldn't find like a quick fix for it. And that seems to be the most simple way without me having to spend money because I already have the Keystep 37. You can also do this with the Keystep Pro and I'm sure any of their other higher end MIDI controllers. All right, have a good week. Bye.